Okay, so the next topic is about the vulnerability analysis. So this is also very important because we have done the information gathering, then we have done the scanning. We got the information regarding the type of ports and the services that are there on that particular system. But we need to also know whether there are any vulnerabilities associated with these kind of services. So for this, we'll be doing the tool kind of analysis on which for this demonstration we'll be using the Nessus tool. But first we'll see why, how this vulnerability analysis can be used, because every vulnerability is nothing but a security weakness or a loophole that is existing. It may be in terms of operating system, it may be in terms of application. So whenever there is this kind of security weakness that can be used to get into the system or to take advantage of that particular vulnerability. So all operating system might have vulnerabilities. We have seen the recent kind of thing, the ransomware kind of attacks, which we have WannaCry, where there is a vulnerability in the Microsoft service. So these kind of vulnerabilities are existing in the operating system. And the major part is most of the exploits of these vulnerabilities are already available in the public. So it has to be very important to keep the operating systems up to date, because whenever there is a vulnerability, so that particular vulnerability, if it is not patched properly or with respect to the recent updates, then they can be exploited. And also we can use these vulnerabilities to exploit the vulnerabilities and to attack the operating system. And these vulnerabilities can be used for any of the attacks like the DOS attacks or the TCP/IP stack problems or the buffer overflow attacks. And these vulnerabilities may be with respect to the default operating systems, or with respect to the default security systems, or with respect to any of the services that are available. As we have seen in the previous scanning technique, there are different kind of services that are already available with respect to that. So we can also know what kind of version that is available on that. So with respect to these kind of default services also, we can able to understand the kind of vulnerabilities that are associated. So these are some of services available on Windows. So if any vulnerabilities are associated, then they can be used to exploit. Even not only Windows, even for Linux also, we have certain kind of vulnerabilities. It's not that Windows or Linux, Linux is less prone to attacks. It's not the case. But if there is a vulnerability, it might be a chance for any of the operating system because it is prone to attack if it has a vulnerabilities. So we also have attacks or the vulnerabilities with respect to with respect to Linux also. So for this demonstration, we'll be using a vulnerability scanner called Nessus, which will be used for enumeration of Windows as well as Linux. Okay, and along with the operating system vulnerabilities, we have the cross platform vulnerabilities. That is, it may be with respect to the applications that are used on any of the operating system, like the browser attacks, where we can use Firefox on any of the operating system. If there is a vulnerability on a particular browser, then using that vulnerability, the operating system can also be attacked. Or there may be certain vulnerabilities in the databases, or with respect to the file sharing services, or with respect to the even the networking devices like iOS and non-iOS products also. If there are certain vulnerabilities, then they can also be used. And exploit is a method to use or to attack the operating system or the vulnerabilities that are there. And for this, we use a different kind of frameworks or the kind of scanners like Nessus. And for more exploitation, we have this Metasploit framework. And for web server vulnerabilities, also we have a lot of techniques or methodologies for this, which we have more kind of session on the last day of our training program, where the more kind of web server related vulnerabilities can be discussed. Because this is also very important, because if the OS, even the OS is secure, the application is running on top of the OS. So if the OS is or the server, web server, because it is exposed or it is hosted onto the public, then these kind of vulnerabilities with respect to the applications are also need to be taken care of, because any kind of misconfiguration can also lead to a kind of exploitation of the vulnerability. And most of the common vulnerabilities are a default passwords or a weak passwords can also be one vulnerability that can be used, or we can use some scripts and programs, and even certain patches may not be full secure enough to actually used for complete security of the system. And whenever we get access, there is a lot of things that can be done with respect to access. We may get directly to the root access, or there may be chances of the website defacements, and there may be a probability of denial of service attacks. Recently, we have seen one or two organizations where there was a lot of kind of traffic that is pumped onto it, like around 500 to like 50 to 60 GB of data per second kind of thing. So, or a theft of alternation of data can be done, or if at all, once the attacker is into the system, he can also penetrate in all the systems that are available as part of the network. And with respect to database, again, most of the databases, because we are using a lot of open source as well as commercial kind of databases, so there may be kind of vulnerabilities associated with respect to the databases, because this is also an important part, because most of the sensitive information or the data of the entire application is stored onto the database. So vulnerabilities and protecting the database is also very important when we consider this as part of that. And with respect to the kind of common vulnerabilities, again, as we discussed, because if we search on the Google, there are certain websites like defaultpassword.com, where even the default passwords for all the kind of devices or the operating system, the default passwords are available with respect to or the credentials that are available. So if there is a normal kind of default passwords that are used on any of the application or the operating system, then using a simple kind of information gathering techniques, then these can easily exploited or attacked. So for this, we use a method called vulnerability assessment, for which it can be used because the same kind of techniques can be used for by both the attack as well as the security auditors, or for internal assessment of an organization. So generally, this is a part of penetration testing, where we'll try to assess the kind of vulnerabilities that are associated with any particular service. Then we'll try to find out if there is a weakness associated with this. And before the attacker take advantage of these kind of things, then we need to analyze and understand the vulnerabilities. Then we have to take the precautionary measures to avoid these kind of vulnerabilities, right? So for this, we use the vulnerability scanners, where it is one more step or further to that advanced port scanner, where we'll also be getting, along with the port or the service information, we'll also be try to look at the vulnerabilities that are associated with these kind of services. It may be through the public sources, or it may be through the kind of rule set that is available with the specific tool vendors. And also we need to also have the kind of will also in this vulnerability assessment, the tool will also provide the kind of remediation or the recommendations that are available to close these vulnerabilities also, so that this vulnerability cannot be exploited if someone knows the attack or the vulnerability. And the main important part of any of the vulnerability scanner is to generate the report. There may be certain false positives also with respect to the vulnerability scanner also. So we need to cross verify also with respect to the kind of vulnerabilities that are found, and whether that is really a vulnerability or it may be as part of the tool generation report also need to be cross verified once. So for this, we have a lot of vulnerability scanners like the Qualys Guard, we have Nessus, and we have Nexpose from Rapid7. We have internet scanners, so we have Retina. So there are a lot of commercial, and we have OpenVAS with respect to the open source vulnerability scanner. So there are a lot of vulnerability scanners available. And the most important thing on any of the tool is to regularly update them, so that the kind of patches or the scripts or the rules will be updated with respect to the new kind of vulnerabilities that are found. Okay, so this is how the sophistication has been there with respect to the inclusion technique. This is one of the old slides, but this is still relevant nowadays, because even though as an the kind of technical things are growing, but still the attack sophistication and the technologies that are used are becoming very easy and very less, because that is where the tools are actually helping in making this things possible nowadays. Okay. And the other thing we need to understand is there may be some sort of zero-day exploit. That means even though there is an exploit that is available, it is not yet known to the public, but that can be used to as part of vulnerability kind of attacking. And whenever there is a release in the patch, now generally if you talk about Microsoft, that will be released as a monthly, or we say the Microsoft Tuesday patches. So these kind of patches will be available with respect to the respective operating systems or from the vendors. So they that has to be regularly updated whenever there is a patch release. And if you talk about the organizational level, let's say if you have this operating systems of Windows or any kind of Linux, instead of all the machines getting the updates, there may be certain centralized kind of like Windows update servers, or the kind of centralized update servers can also be configured, where all the organizational systems, instead of talking to the internet, they can talk to a centralized server where one system can talk to the respective vendor to download the patches. The same patches can be also updated to all the clients across the organization. And as we discussed, there are certain vulnerabilities with respect to systems also. It may be OS, it may be application, and a lot of other things.